Hello everyone, Kim here with Native Lady Book Warrior, and I am so happy you are joining me here today. So sorry, there's kind of like a glare. That's my window, so I thought I'd change up my reading background or my video background. So today I'm doing my first ever October, or not even just October, my first ever TBR video. So I'm excited to tell you guys what I have planned to read for October. So let's get started, people. I hope you guys are all doing very, very well, and I hope you guys are safe. And I hope you guys are having really excellent and crazy times, like organizing your TBRs for October. I mean, there's tons of stuff going on for October. October is like the start of fall, or I feel like the official start of fall, because it has Halloween and all this really cool stuff. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be participating in any readathons for October, but I did want to share some of my TBR reads are kind of horror and thriller and spooky fall reads related. So I wanted to share those with you. And for now, I put my previous TBR on hold just for now until after the month of October. Yay! Shall we get started? Let's go then. I sound like I'm on the news, right? When I get all excited. When I get all excited like that. My first book of October is Nightmare by Chad Nicholas. It's very interesting how this book landed in my hands. So I did a review for The Only Good Indians by Stephen Graham Jones, and Chad, he reached out to me and he says, I really liked how you reviewed Stephen Graham Jones' book, and I would love for you to read my book and do a book review on it. And I believe this book, it comes out October 6th. So if you want to pick up this book before for your Halloween or readathons for the month of October, that would be excellent, because I think this is a horror novel. We're actually going to read the back together today. I actually haven't read it before. So had it come back? No, it couldn't have. He had buried it for good, or at least that's what Scott told himself. But what if it had? Was that why the scarecrow now watched him? What the heck? But the more Scott tries to ignore it, the more the evidence begins to pile up. So do the bodies. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's keep reading. Because sometimes the dead don't stay buried, sometimes the monster survives. As the body mount and the secrets of his past grow more haunting, Scott must do whatever it takes to save his family. But what if by doing so they find out what happened all those years ago? What if they realize what he did? Scott learns that there is no escape from his past or the crows that have crawled out of it. He can only watch as his life is turned into a living nightmare. Oh my gosh, this sounds freaky. Have you guys ever watched those horror movies and there's that scarecrow and he's just like standing around and then all of a sudden he's not there anymore? Yeah, that's kind of creepy. Okay, Chad, I'm going to review this book. Again, this book comes out October 6th, and I believe Chad said there's a sale on this book for Kindle, the Kindle app, until it's released. I think this is going to be the first book I'm reviewing for the month of October. So I'm kind of freaked out and excited about it. Okay, next book. Oh, this book number 1 for October TBR. My second book for my October TBR read is Moon of the Crusted Snow by Waubgeshig Rice. I am totally butchering that name. I promise I will look up the pronunciation of that name so I can actually say it correctly. Waubgeshig Rice is an author and a journalist from Wasauksing First Nation, which I believe is an Anishinaabe community or Anishinaabe nation. So really awesome and excited to read this. I've heard so many great things about Rice. This book was recommended to me, so I reached out to Erin from Erin's library. She's a awesome book reviewer. She's been reviewing books, and her library of Indigenous books is pretty extensive. But I asked her, I was like, Erin, do you have any recommended reads for me? And I was actually going to save this tour for Indigiathon, but Erin also did a really awesome video for recommended Indigenous horror reads for October. So go check out her video. If you guys are looking for Indigenous horror fiction or maybe thriller fiction or Indigenous authors, she has a video that she did just talking about different books and what they're about and how she liked them. So yes, I will definitely link that. Is it up there yet? There it is. So yeah, go check out her channel and go check out the video. So I'll link her channel down below. Thank you from Erin. Thank you. Oh wait. Thank you, Erin, from Erin's Library. She's awesome. I'm gonna read the leaf. Okay, so it says, as one society collapses, another is reborn. With winter looming, a small northern Anishinaabe community goes dark, cut off from power communication with no foreseeable resolution. Only very few residents truly realize the community's shortfalls. When unexpected visitors arrive, escaping the crumbling society to the south, tensions rise and allegiances are divided. The harsh winter months pass slowly, and the food supplies dwindles as death toll and panic rise. But the greatest threat to the survival of the reserve might come from within the community itself. Holy crap. Is this... You know what? I'm just going to read it. I'm pretty sure I can probably look more up, but oh, I hate it. I don't like being spoiled when it comes to books. But Erin, I love Erin. She's really awesome at recommending books, and there's like a bunch of really cool, I mean, Eden Robinson said this was awesome, Richard Van Camp. So yeah, I'm excited to get into this. So this is the second book on my TBR. The next books that I have for October TBR are in these packages. So let's open them together and I'll show you. I know what they are, but I'll show you what they are, okay? Slicing you open so I can show everybody what I'm gonna be reading in October. Oh yeah. Okay. My third read for October will be, Mongrels by Stephen Graham Jones. Oh my gosh. So I've never read Stephen Graham Jones before, and the first book I read by Stephen Graham Jones was The Only Good Indians, which was an ARC, which Erin also helped me get. So my husband actually got this for me, and yep, I was really sneaky because I looked, I saw that on his, you know how you order from Amazon and you can click on that little 3-layered cake and it says your orders. I clicked on it and this book was not there. So when I got it from the post office, he was like, oh, I got you a book. And I was like, oh, okay. And he's like, you already know what it is, huh? Because you're not even excited or anything. So I already knew what this was. Well, there's a few books that he ordered for me, and I'm kind of bummed out because I think I would have liked to have been surprised, but then I probably wouldn't have been able to put it on for my October TBR. We're going to read the back, okay? He was born an outsider like the rest of his family, poor yet resilient. He lives in the shadows with his Aunt Libby and Uncle Darren, folk who stubbornly make their way in society that does not understand or want them. They are mongrels, mixed blood, neither this or that. The boy at the center of mongrels must decide if he belongs on the road with his aunt and uncle, or if he fits with the people on the other side of the tracks. For 10 years, he and his family have lived a life of late-night exits and narrow escapes, always on the move across the South to stay one step ahead of the law. But the time is drawing near when Darren and Libby will finally know if their nephew is like them or not. And the close calls they have been running from for so long are catching up fast now. Everything is about to change. Ooh, that sounds good, right? Stephen Graham Jones is an Indigenous author of the Blackfeet Nation. Sorry, I forgot to mention that before, but yes, I'm excited to read this, so yay! Book number 3. Book number 4. Let's cut this open. Cut you open, cut you open, cut you open. It's like, what the? Even open up. Oh my goodness. Cut you open, cut you open. Let's open this up. My 4th book for my October TBR is Mapping the Interior by Stephen Graham Jones, another Indigenous author. Hey, look, cool, there's a little bookmark in here. Oh yeah. Walking through his own house at night, a 15-year-old thinks he sees a person in full Blackfeet regalia step through the doorway. Instead of the people who could be there, his mother or his brother, the figure reminds him of his long-gone father who died mysteriously before his family left the reservation. And when he follows it, he discovers his house is bigger and deeper than he knew. This is book number 4 for my October TBR. This book is book number 5, and Chanelle from chanelletime reached out to the Indigenous reviewer community on Bookstagram, and she was saying that she wanted to give this book to an Indigenous reviewer. So I reached out and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm messaging Chanelle, because she's awesome. I mean, her content is just, I love it. It's just so so much fun to watch her stuff. But yeah, she sent me this book, and I know what it is, but I'm gonna show you what she sent me. My 5th book for my October TBR is Winter Counts. Yes, I'm so excited to read this, by David Heska Wanblee Waden. Is that how you say his name? Why am I asking you guys? But I just saw all of the Indigenous reviewers, book reviewers, reviewing this book, and you guys, I have to admit, I was so green with envy, but it was a good envy. I mean, I was happy to see all this book on you guys's your picks and stuff, but I just really wanted it, and because I heard so many good things about it, and I would only read like 1 or 2 sentences, people giving them this book 5 stars. So I'm excited to read this book. Thank you so much, Chanelle. Oh my gosh, I gotta send you something. I'm gonna send you something back, I promise. Virgil Wounded Horse is a local enforcer on the Rosebud Indian Reservation in South Dakota. When justice is denied by the American legal system or the tribal council, Virgil is hired to deliver his own punishment, the kind that is hard to forget. But when heroin makes its way onto the reservation and finds Virgil's nephew, his vigilantism suddenly becomes personal. He enlists the help of his ex-girlfriend and sets out to learn where the drugs are coming from and how to make them stop. They follow a lead to Denver and find that drug cartels are rapidly expanding and forming new and terrifying alliances. And back on the reservation, a new tribal council initiative raises uncomfortable questions about money and power. As Virgil starts to link the pieces together, he must face his own demons and reclaim his Native identity. He realizes that being a Native American in the 21st century comes at an incredible cost. So this is a crime fiction novel, but I heard it's also like a crazy thriller. Well, not crazy, but I heard it was a really, really good thriller. I'm probably going to make this be my last read for October. I'm hoping I can finish it by the end of October, but if I don't, then maybe it could also be my read for Indigathons. I don't know how does that work, people? I mean, if you have a book that falls in the middle of the month, can you claim it for both months? David Heska Wanblee Waden is an enrolled member of the Sichanghu Lakota Nation, and I heard, again, like I'm so excited to read this book because he is also an Indigenous author. So yeah, my next read for my October TBR is a horror tube anthology. So yes, all the authors in this anthology are actually all booktubers, or maybe they're horror tubers. I'm not sure. I know 2 of them. Well, not personally. I haven't met them in person, but I watch a lot of their stuff, and one of them is Jason White. He has a booktube channel called Jason's Weird Reads. So I really enjoy his content because I don't know, he's just very laid back, and I like his views on horror books because I recently got into the horror genre. No, I haven't read a whole lot of horror, but I recently got into it because of Stephen Graham Jones' book. So when I started started Stephen Graham Jones' book, me and Jason started having a conversation, and then I started looking at all his stuff. Jason is pretty cool. He's awesome, and he's so friendly, and I believe he lives in Canada. Yeah, I really enjoy Jason's content. The next author of this anthology is that I know, not personally, but I'm always commenting on his channel because he's probably, when I first started BookTube, he's probably one of the first booktubers that I subscribed to, and I just really enjoyed his content. And it's crazy. This guy, Dane, he reads a lot. He posts I think he posts like a BookTube video every day. He reads so much. When he has book hauls, it's like 30 to 50 book haul books, and I really enjoy his stuff, and his BookTube channel is Dane Reads. So the book comes out October 1st, and I got it on my Kindle, and it is called Local Haunts, a horror tube anthology. What is horror tube? A creepy new carnival ride combining a water slide park with a haunted funhouse? Not quite, although that sounds like a blast. Cool. A subset of BookTube. HorrorTube is an online community of horror enthusiasts who regularly post YouTube videos about horror-related topics, including books, film, and fiction writing. Some of the writers included in this anthology cover horror exclusively. You'll find them posting creepy photos on Instagram or waxing poetic about the 70s drive-in flick that kept them up all night. Some read widely, only delving into the horror genre occasionally. All are passionate about books and writing. I'm excited to be reading this anthology. I'm thinking, I don't know, it doesn't say how long it is. Let me see. This book is 304 pages. Holy crap. Okay, I have to be very, very like organized and reading for October, but it looks like some of these reads aren't crazy long, right? These are complete my October TBR, and I look, man, I'm getting pretty ambitious in this stack. I guess I don't have to get ready for Halloween because it's COVID, so maybe I will have enough time. But I will probably be reviewing also all of these books, especially the Indigenous books. I'm excited, and then also Chad's book too, because I mean, obviously, well, I guess they're all Indigenous books except for Chad. So the only book I wouldn't be reviewing is the anthology. Okay, but I can do it. I can do it, people. I can read these books. That concludes my October TBR. Thank you guys for joining me. Yeah, and I hope you guys are doing very well. I hope you guys are doing awesome. Okay, I'm gonna leave this here, and I'm excited to read all of these. So, okay, bye you guys. Bye.